So it's the first time I ever heard this nothing burger, and I thought it was the most hilarious thing ever.
So did I. Then I started thinking, wow, I can use this in so many ways.
I can use it for everything.
Like you go to a place, you have expectations, and you get there and it's a
Nothing burger. I don't even know why it's so funny. It's just so
I
funny.
don't know. You know what it is to imagining burger with nothing or just bread, nothing.
Pan con
nothing.
soledad, pan with nothing.
Just the content, like the nothingness, the empty words, the empty air, the.
Welcome to Permission the Podcast. I'm Dr. T, and this is my sister,
Silvana, and we are two regular people talking about spirituality in our daily lives.
Each week, we're inviting you to the internal conversation. So let's get started.
With your permission.
We're back
Yes, we are.
with Permission the Podcast. Another week.
Okay. This week, we're going to talk about
The nothing burger. So here's what happened. One time, a long time ago. Was it a long time ago? It was last year.
It was
a year
last
ago.
year.
It was last year this time.
Before the podcast was created. No,
Yeah, it was last year this time. It was last year this time.
it had to do with the Tuesday group.
It was the Tuesday group, and one of the Tuesday group members I was really close with. And I don't even remember what happened. But anyways, there was like
Falling out.
a gap. Yeah, there was a falling out. There was a gap in communication. And she basically said, I need space. And I was like, sure. Why not? I don't understand when people ask for space
In a friendship?
in a friendship. Yeah, whatever. So anyway, she asked for space, and I said, yeah, absolutely. And whenever you're ready, I'm, I want to, reconnect or whatever. And she let a bunch of time pass, and obviously I didn't contact her again because she
wanted
asked for space. When she did come back, she sent me a message that said nothing. Well, okay, she said a lot of words. She said a lot of words that amounted to nothing. And I think there was an assumption that I would get back to her or something before that message. But then she just kind of said something like, I don't want to just let time pass and just let time pass. And so I'm, sending you this message. And she said a lot of that. Like, she didn't say anything.
Like the circle on the computer.
It's buffering. So I shared this with a close friend who I'm writing this play with. And she said, yeah, it's a big nothing burger.
And that was
I laughed so hard.
And it was the first time I heard that. We're live here in New York City.
Yeah, we're live.
And
this is crazy.
There's a lot of action happening.
Yeah. I mean, it is the start of the weekend, so there's that. So it's the first time I ever heard this nothing burger, and I thought it was the most hilarious thing ever.
So did I. Then I started thinking, wow, I can use this in so many ways.
I can use it for everything.
Like you go to a place, you have expectations, and you get there and it's a
nothing burger. I don't even know why it's so funny. It's just so funny.
I don't know. You know what it is to imagining burger with nothing or just bread, nothing.
Pan con soledad, pan with nothing.
Just the content, like the nothingness, the empty words, the empty air.
I am amazed at how people can just go on and on and on, nattering and just going on and not saying anything. I'm surprised, impressed. I don't know if it's an impression.
I don't know either. I can't impress. It's just like, I don't know.
And maybe it's the pressure, like it could be pressured speech too. I don't know. I can't conceive. It's inconceivable. I can't conceive talking and having so many words come out of my mouth and not saying something.
And adding up to nothing. Or basically not responding or taking.
Okay, I'm gonna add that I'm a meat eater, right?
Yeah.
Do you consume meat? Are you a meat eater?
Do you know me?
Yeah.
Okay. You know
They
the
need
answer.
to know you.
Okay. I am a meat eater.
Okay. So I feel the meat is the central part of any meal, right?
That comes from that.
Does it?
Yeah. If there's no meat, there's no meal.
Yeah.
And that can be chicken, beef, whatever, fish. But if there was no protein to the meal, it was like
what are we
a half
eating?
meal.
Lettuce? I don't.
You
Yeah.
can't have pasta without some sort of protein, right?
Well, who eats pasta without protein?
Plenty of people. I mean,
Cheese is also protein. I mean, pasta has some protein, but no. You add some cheese, boom, instant. Milk, all those creamy sauces. Okay.
Dairy-free people.
So I'm a meat eater and I prefer meat as like, for dinner. You want to know what I had for dinner? I think you asked me and I don't think I even told you. I had like
Ton of chicken.
chicken, just like breaded chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the nothing burger. Listen.
Right. It's like people that say a lot of words and they don't take responsibility for what they're saying. Ownership. I don't know.
Well, also it's the people that so how's the weather?
Yeah. Well, what do they call those people? The extra, the bluffs?
The fluff?
The fluff in the movies? The fluff. Is that?
You mean the extras?
Yeah. Are they called the fluff?
No, they're extras.
No. There's another word for it. I think.
The best friend?
No, the fluff. Or is it
extras? Okay, moving on. So the superficiality of it all. I mean, okay, so if you look at it from the lens of an iceberg, right? There's the top that's sitting on water. But underneath there's a whole bunch of shit down there. It's like a big block of ice with a little piece sticking out. The nothing is just the little piece.
empty?
Surface, on the surface.
Yeah.
Can you handle that?
Nothing burgers?
Can you handle like having friendships that you don't talk about anything?
Well, then they're not real friendships. They're just people fluff.
Yeah.
It's just like acquaintances. There are people that you say hello to and you're like, hey, hi, what's up? It doesn't go beyond that, right? And
yeah,
then
I think there are people that
conversations.
I think there are people that don't have real conversations. You
have to have something with somebody. Maybe not with you.
So who's playing this weekend? I mean, there are people out there that just like watch TV and don't do anything.
You talk about people that only talk to you about the weather.
Yeah, the weather people.
If you don't have anything nice to say, talk about the weather.
Well, I do feel like there are some people that just don't have anything to say ever. You don't think so?
Yeah, there are some people, I'm sure. There's everything out there. Jungle.
Have you not ever met one of these nothing people? Nothing burger people?
And
you can't handle it. You can't handle it.
You walk away from that. You do. You're just like, oh, okay. See you next life.
When you learned a thing or two, or what?
No, I mean, it's just, I don't know. There's a reason for everyone, right? And they're here to teach you something.
I think what I've heard them be referred to by people, I don't know. I listen to lots of things. So at some point, I heard someone say empty seed. Have you heard of this? So they're referring to like these people that I don't know, that do this thing, do something. You've never heard of this?
Of people called, no.
Empty seeds. So sometimes I'm in the spiritual community somewhat, like I listen to podcasts, I listen to people. They all seem to know each other. That's kind of interesting, right?
Mhm.
Have you noticed that they all know each other? It's like
Yeah.
a secret society club or whatever. Anyway, so at some point, I heard someone or one of them refer to some people as empty seeds. And I feel like I need to go back and find it, but I heard it such a long time ago.
Is it the people that are avoiding and they're just focusing on, like that term that we use, the plastic people, the superficial people?
The hamster wheel people. I don't make this stuff up.
Can you see, remember our hamster going in the circle? They never get tired.
I have Dr. Joe Dispenza's voice in my head, and then you wake up at your teeth and you have the coffee, and then you go to work, and then you go home, and then you have dinner in front of the TV, and then you go to sleep, and then you wake up at 9, and
Then you do it all over again.
it's that.
Mm.
So when I hear that term now, I think of the nothing burger. I think of like 10 different things now. I think of hamster wheel, empty seats. I think of superficial conversations. I think of the tip of the iceberg. I think of people asking about the weather. I think of,
So how do you help them? How do you change
they're
them?
fine. We're the ones with the problem.
Okay.
We're the ones that are meat eaters. That's a good question. Do you feel like
Well, I don't know. I'm just like, instead of focusing, I'm like, oh, the nothing people who live and the whatever, all these names.
no, we are the problem?
How can we spin it in a positive way? How can we, you know what I'm saying?
How do we interact with nothing? With nothing. I have no idea. How can you
Have you ever
venture
had
into that?
have you ever had a patient that was like that, and then would say, I'm a nothing burger, and I come to you, I'm a nut. Everything we're gonna talk about, you're gonna be like, oh my god.
Well, that's different.
See, here we go.
I mean, also, what's really challenging for me in therapy is when someone doesn't talk.
You mean the introverts, but they're
When they come in and they don't talk
at all?
or much.
And like basically you have to pull words out of them.
Yeah, that's really hard.
But that's also, they're shy, they have trauma. There's different layers, right?
Well, there's different.
There's
there's different tries,
yeah.
But that one is especially hard for me because I need material for this to work. So it's really hard when they don't say anything. But usually people say things, and I feel for some reason I've just put out there into the universe enough that I need people to talk. So I haven't had those patients for a while. Patients that come in and don't talk.
Yeah.
I've just like not had them. They've stopped coming to me.
But going back to when we first originally heard the term from your friend, the lady that wrote you all of those, a whole bunch of nothingness, right? a whole bunch of words that meant nothing really.
Well, it was a voice message with a
added-
bunch of words.
Right. That added up to really nothing. Like, she still didn't know if she wanted to be friends. She still, it was just like there was no content. Yet she spent a good, I don't know how many minutes talking. And there came the term, the nothing burger. And then you have people that are super direct. There's people that are like
I like those people. Do you? You were one of those people.
I am sort of one of those
You
people.
were.
I was pretty bad.
I don't think you are.
I am not.
I think there's.
I've changed.
I think you dug deep inside of your body cavity and pulled out a heart from somewhere.
Stop it. I always had a heart. But I was very straightforward, right? Like, very, like, I saw it.
Point.
I called it. It
Direct.
was like the truth.
You
The
shoot
truth
to
burger.
kill. That's a good one. That's like the antidote or the cure for the nothing burger is the
So I
truth
was
burger.
Sort of like direct.
You were sort of direct? Is that what you just said?
Yeah. I mean, I used to be pretty.
I feel like you're reformed now. You're reformed.
Yeah, but I still, when I have something to say, I say.
You slice it with the truth.
It's a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing.
But I know that now I understand that, there's people that are sensitive.
Are there now?
That can't handle certain truth, right? So you gotta grab the truth, sugarcoat it, make it into a.
For the record, I'm not one of those sensitive people.
Right. I know.
Okay. Cool.
But you have to also be aware of
Your audience.
Yeah, your audience. So, and before, maybe, when I was younger, 20s, early 30s, I wasn't as aware of my audience and maybe not as kind, right?
Yeah. I feel like this can go into, for me, what I always thought of as being right. And I don't know how to describe this. It's like, do you kind of...
It had to do with religion too. Like, like, this is what I was, this is right, this is wrong.
No, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But also, like, do you align with any of the clair vision, clair knowing, clair cognizance, clair vision? So I align with clair knowing, and it's called something else too, clair cognizant or something, clair whatever, I don't know. Where I know, sometimes I know things like truths or whatever. And there were times in my youth that I would kind of over index on it, over lean into the knowing and say, hey, you and this person, you need to break up.
What?
I just knew, right? Like, this is such a bad idea that it's just a bad idea. I told that to, she got married. I was like,
She's still married?
She got a divorce, I think, within the year. I was like, this is not, this is no.
Now, was that advice requested or you just...
I pushed and I pushed and I pushed. Well, also her mom wore black to the wedding. But I mean, everyone saw it. I think she knew it. And, it was one of those things. It wasn't like, like I channeled information. Everyone knew it already. You know what I mean?
Everyone knew it but her.
Yeah. And
or maybe she did.
She needed to do what she needed to do, and that's the piece that I had to learn, right? Like, even though theoretically or conceptually I knew that, hey, this isn't going to work, that the this isn't going to work doesn't matter if you're on the journey or learning. So it wasn't about,
it's about
the
respecting
right thing.
Right. It's about respecting now people's
autonomy's choice
path and where they are, or what they need in order to overcome certain things. They probably need to go through the marriage. They probably need to fail, and they probably need to come up from that.
That's likely how she gave herself permission to do something else.
Exactly.
Right.
And so you telling her...
It was inaccurate. I mean, I knew something, right? Which was that they were going to be a good fit long term, sure, but everyone else knew that as well. I will say that that's not a really good example of my Claire knowing. I do have better examples.
It's as a mom, as a first-time mom, when they your baby starts crawling and from there walking and they're gonna fall many times, and you're so worried about them not. And some people take it to the extreme, kids have helmets on. And
the
padding and all of these things at times, And I used to tell...
Or lots of times.
I used to tell people, well, they can't go past the floor. That's it. They fall on the floor and that's it. They're not going any further.
It's true. It's like the learning of it all.
And you sure as hell can't run without crawling and walking first.
With the nothing burger, how do you learn?
How do I learn what?
With the nothing burger.
How do I...
I mean, I guess not
Ask
you,
the question
but
properly.
How
do you learn? Well, I learned that I like meat. With lettuce and tomato and mayonnaise on my burger with a little bit of, mustard and ketchup, because I mix it all in and make, what we call it, the golf sauce.
Sounds good. Okay. No, I mean, with the person that you have a superficial, what is that, acquaintance? What are you learning?
But you're not learning anything. You can learn patience, and you can probably...
Patience. Love?
Unconditional love, because that person is still part of me.
Yeah, we're still a part of each other.
And so I respect wherever they are. And you hope that leading by example, that something will rub off, Like they see you all happy, or people asking, what are you doing? I'm meditating. I'm like, you hope that something rubs off, right?
Like a genie, when you were growing up, did you have this stupid rabbit's foot thing for good luck?
Yeah.
That's so fucking weird.
The keychain with the rabbit foot.
Okay. So you're modeling is what you're...
I think that's definitely a way people things. I've become curious about people that I admire, right? Or that you see somebody at the gym and you look at how their back looks. I want that, and how do I get there? Yes?
Their back?
The back muscles, sure, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Six-pack. When you see a six-pack and you're like, okay, sure, how do I get there?
I want to be that dude.
So you become curious. You start looking, okay, I need to eat not the cake you just baked me.
Hey, I didn't bake it for you. I just baked it.
What I'm saying is that you can help people by just you being you and you being the best you can be.
Do you ever push?
No. Well, I used to till I learned that. Just because I care for you, I cannot be happier than you for your change. For your, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I learned that through experiences, and now I'm just like, here's the information. You want it? Here you go. You want more?
I see what you're talking about. That kind of push. Okay, I'm talking about pushing conversation to something else.
You mean trying to...
Yeah, I've gotten into quantum physics.
And people turn around and leave?
And the way of doing manifestation, I have changed it to be going into the quantum field.
Yeah.
And what that means is blah 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 blah, and the waves and the extended waves and the smaller waves, and then the eyes gloss over.
You're like, oh.
And there's like,
And they go
I have
like,
no
it's
idea
so
what you're
hot
talking
outside. Do you know it's supposed to rain tomorrow?
There's this actually reality TV show that I'm watching. No, that's their line.
I'm like, wow, you shocked me. I'm like, good morning.
No, where's the TV? Where?
I know she has no TV. So do I push certain conversations? Yes, yeah, absolutely. Sometimes because
Well, I tried to see how, like flexible the person is in
or just
conversation.
not like to push them, but more like to like, hey,
To
I'm
see
doing-
where we can
yeah,
go.
Like I'm doing this. What do you think? Something.
So this is a numerology year 9 or whatever. Do you know about that? So like I like, I gently.
You'd be surprised what people know that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it may seem like they do not talk about a lot of things with content, but then you start talking about certain things and they know about certain.
We'll
Run
say,
into those people.
yeah, I will say that numerology is popular now.
Yeah.
I'm in a personal year 6. You are in a personal year 7. I know. I'm going to be there next year, every year. Also, we're random, but I mean, not on the nothing burger topic, but how are you heading into Q4?
I'm doing great.
Like Tony the Tiger? I'm great!
Yeah, actually. I'm like reaching, I'm in this space right now where I have accomplished so much. And I am celebrating what I have accomplished. Just the whole not judging people, the whole, you know what I mean? The whole seeing beauty in everything, seeing the positive in everything. Just getting to that space and just being okay. I'm here. I'm grateful. I'm celebrating what I've accomplished, and now I'm moving towards what's next for me.
Okay, I have to
Is that what you
add.
were
I have,
asking? Is
yeah,
that what
I
you
have,
were-
I have to add this because I just learned it. So it's hot off the press. I've been listening to a lot of Dr. Tara Schwartz podcasts. She's coming out with a new book. I think it's called Signs. Her first book is called The Source. She was on a podcast talking about how she happens upon a study of rats. The rats, man. The rats
Oh,
get it all.
Wait. Are you talking about the rats when they were sprayed with something?
No.
Oh.
The rats get it all. There's a gazillion trillion studies on rats. The poor rats, they get it all. No, they were measuring their brains, and they were placing them in very scenic, beautiful places, and then they were placing them in confinement and like dark and not beautiful places. And then there was a control group that got nothing, right? Well, the scenic rats increased or improved their brain activity by, I don't know how much, but like a percentage, a really good percentage, like 6 or 15. Those are two very different numbers, but like a big percentage of their brain was being used. And the ones
In the dark were depressed.
the ones in the dark had decreased. So the hypothesis, I think the researchers' hypothesis is that the rats would stay the same as the control group. Erroneous. They actually, their brains shrunk in some kind of fashion. So applying it to us, when you're saying, I'm seeing the beauty in things, that's magnifying your cognitive ability in some sort of way. And how much our environment is going towards our, feeding our brains. And I was listening to this while I was walking to my office, right? I was listening to this and I was like, I am so glad I live in New York. And I was looking around and I was like, because New York is beautiful. No, they're also great. I mean, I'm sure they have fun. Well, I'll tell you what, they're eating more than nothing.
That's true.
Okay. So with superficial people, I do when I happen upon a superficial conversation, not superficial people. I'm sure there are superficial people out there, but a superficial conversation, I do like to poke. But not like, aggressive. I'm just like, I'm seeing where you can go. What are your limits? Where are your boundaries? Where do you stop? Where do you fall off? Where do you glaze over?
I just, for me, I'm into this space where.
Or I just say
Everybody-
nothing. Do you just like not say nothing? Just like you just say nothing.
I send love. And I'm like, I don't know what your situation is either, right?
Mine?
No, those people, anybody. I don't know their situation. I don't know what cards they were dealt. I don't know how their morning was. I don't know if somebody, if they ran over a squirrel on the way to work. I don't know. I mean, like, so to me I try to think of like, oh my God, like this could have happened to them in this weather like this, Somebody what was it? It was at Ryan Park. I went to see a Latin jazz band. And I was with some friends, and this man was with Jesus and Aline, his fiance. Jesus had instruments that he plays, his maracas and cowbell. And there's a man sitting not so far from us in a blanket. And he leans over and he says to Jesus, can you stop? Because all I can hear is you. I can't pay attention to to the music that was happening. And Jesus was like, okay, he sort of stopped. He wasn't rude. And I was thinking maybe he has a hearing aid. Like I was thinking maybe the device is only picking up the whatever sounds coming from the maracas that are closer than the stage. And so that's the first thing I try to think of.
How does this fit?
I try to think in a positive way. Like, oh my God, maybe, I don't know. But that's where my brain goes now. Instead of, you know what I mean? Can I say that?
Yeah, of course you can say that.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of focusing on like.
Yeah, I don't have that reaction often.
So
no.
Now I was like, okay. And then I told that to Jesus. I'm like, oh, maybe he has like a hearing aid or something. And then he said, yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
That was that.
That's super positive. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to throw this out there. This is why I love French people. The French are not going to talk to you about silliness or nothingness or nothing burgers. They're going to tell you what's what and what's not. And
very like.
And they're going to tell you in French too.
They don't sugarcoat. I mean, they do.
It's very
sugar stuff.
They're not trying to waste your time. Your time is precious and valuable, so they're going to slice through it with some truth. Directness and truth. This is why I feel like I would fit into Paris. If New York ever kicked me out, which I'm, I talk to the city. The city and I have, a symbiotic relationship. We get along. I thank her for letting me stay. I know that, I'm only one person and she could kick me out. Whatever. I have a relationship with New York City. But if she were to kick me out.
Well, it would be between Paris and Lima.
I know. Lima. I know.
But I think full time it'd probably be in Paris rather than Lima.
You're not wrong. You're not. Okay. So you've never had a friendship that just you don't talk about anything.
But then I won't consider it a friendship. Like I have worked with people and be in contact with people for way too many hours when I used to do doubles at restaurants and stuff,
That said nothing.
that there is nothing to learn from them, right? I call it like
Not learn, but
there's no
there's
content
no
and
meat.
yeah. There's a lot of
I like chewing.
chit-chatting about weather.
I like
about things,
marinating.
about
I feel like this is such a food episode because I like to chew. Like I like to chew on a concept. I like to chew on an idea. I like to chew on thoughts, theories. I like to marinate in them. I like to sleep on them. It's also a good
I
process.
probably the toughest time with people that complain a lot.
Complainers? They're so funny.
It can be, right? But it was used to be like hard for me to be around people that would complain a lot.
And Debbie Downers?
Yeah, like everything is, the world
Shit.
is against them, And so it's really hard when you have like a positive glow to you or you looking for positive and stuff. And so
They're blocking the sun on your glow, like
it's like the rain on every parade, right? With the cloud on top of that.
Yeah. What is the depressed bubble? What is that commercial for antidepressants? It's I forgot the name. I should know it. I don't know it. Anyway, the little depressed bubble with the little cloud on top of it. Yeah.
Okay, no. But I think just, I don't know, cannot spend that much time with people like that because their energy is so low.
Okay, we're going to get into it. What is low energy? What is high energy? What does all this mean? I don't know.
Well, there's certain emotions or certain things have certain vibrations and like gratitude, love, high vibration.
Me. Like you're just high? You're on an emotional high? No. Like you're emotionally high. Like joy, it's kind of like excited, joy. Like those are highs, like emotional highs. So then like fear, anxiety, shame, guilt.
Any kind of drags you and drains you. Not just you, it could drain other people. If they're trying to, because your field affects other people's field.
Okay. So
what do you do to people like that? You
the complaining people?
Yeah, like you see them in the whatever, you see them in the train.
Okay, but the nothing burger is better.
You smile at them and
the nothing burger is better than
how you doing?
Than the bubble, than the complaining people.
I don't call them complaining people, but the people that are just
victims to their circumstance.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. No, it's not like they're always complaining, or sometimes they're always complaining, but they're victims to their circumstances. So he saw a person and he says to this person, I feel like you need a hug. You want a hug? And he gave her a hug. And I thought that was brilliant.
That is beautiful.
And so kill them with hugs. You see people that are like down or something, smile at them. Say hello. Let your vibration infect theirs.
Let your light shine. Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Now, can we do that with the nothing burgers?
Well, there's nothing wrong with them technically.
I'm just saying, what would you do to uplift or to do something for them?
To spice them up?
Yeah, to put some, I don't know.
I feel like
the tomato in there.
Well, no, I feel like you said it. When the nothing burger meets the truth burger. I had a friend call me just now before you got here, right? My friend Karkar. She got some interesting news about health, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, not about her. But she has concerns about someone. And I was like, well, it's okay to be concerned. Obviously, you're concerned. You care about this person. And at the same time, kind of have to respect their choices and decisions, because the part of you that says, well, this person needs to do X, Y, and Z for their health is the selfish part of you that wants this person to do what you want them to do so they can be with you, for you, to relate to you. And I was like, and that's the selfish piece. And she's like, so you're telling me I'm selfish for caring about someone else? I think you're not getting the point here. I'm saying you're selfish for wanting your will upon another who can actively choose their will. And whether that's,
Hey, I used to know that.
who knows what's good for them, though?
I used to be like,
They do.
that you're.
He can have whatever he wants.
But you know what?
Exactly.
But I used to be like, so like trying to almost not baby him, but like, okay. And then I'm like, no,
Confine him, restrict him. I know.
just let him be. He's happy.
He's fine.
He looks great.
He's gonna outlive us.
He looks great. He's going for a walk.
How did we get here? I don't know.
Because I was like doing that, caring with imposing
on the nothing burgers. Yeah, no, we don't do that. I know, but we're back on the topic.
Oh.
My dad is not a nothing burger. No, I would say the truth. When you say something, and because it's a funny thing about truth, because you could feel it inside your body. You feel that?
Yes. Even I feel it when other people are saying something that when I feel like it's true,
it sounds different.
My God. Like,
okay. Yeah, okay. So for me, it sounds different. Like it sounds heavier or something.
Like it has like a
weight. Like, whoa, that was.
To me, it has like a melody
heavy.
that I can, do this stuff.
Or do you get the, like your hair sticking up or whatever?
What does that mean to you?
I don't get it.
Oh, okay. So what that means to me, normally there's a presence of ghost or something.
Okay, but not when someone says something true.
No, I feel it. I don't feel it like it doesn't like.
Okay.
But I do feel when people are staring at me, I do feel it in the back of my neck. Do you?
No.
And so I turn around. I just feel it here. Somebody's.
But we instinctively know when someone is looking at us. And
Right,
we turn
so
towards them.
But I feel it here, exactly here on the back of my neck.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have that. I have heard people say that that's kind of a side effect of hearing truth.
One time you were visiting me, and I was taking a nap, and you stood next to me on the bed, and you staring at me, and you just kept staring at me until I jumped out of bed like you scared me, and you go like, "You're weird." You told me you're weird because she was staring at me, interrupting my dreams. So I jumped out of my, and she goes like, "You're weird." And I'm like, "And you're not staring at me while I sleep."
First of all, you have told me this story I don't know how many times, and that never happened.
Yes.
How old was I? Was I 5?
Because
was I 3?
You were testing me.
Was I 10? Like
you
what?
were testing my spidiness, whatever you call it.
Bruja.
So
I'm gonna stare at you until you wake up, and then you're.
Yeah, she did that.
I don't remember this. This didn't happen.
And I was so mad at you.
No, I'm sure it happened. I would do something like that. I can imagine myself doing something like that.
Because
I'm like, you're weird.
So I jumped out of bed, and I jumped out like someone is staring at me. And I'm like, what are you doing? And you go like, "You're weird. You're weird."
Well, I should have said you're a witch. Okay. Yeah, I have noticed that I have less tolerance for talking about nothing. So my tolerance has my threshold for it has diminished.
A choice, right? You can just walk away.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I generally just walk away a lot faster now.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, okay, I know that this person says nothing and has nothing to say, and I can't do it. And I pretty much recognize that pretty fast. Do you?
Sure, but I mean, most of the people I spend time with, they're important to me. I don't have like a ton of friends, but I have a small amount of friends that are really close.
Yeah, but I mean, when you meet someone in the wild and you're introduced like, hey, this is, Joe.
Yeah, I just walk away.
Yeah. Do you walk away sooner, though? Do you walk away sooner? Because I have noticed I walk away so much faster now.
If there's other people, I just engage with them.
I have found myself just kind of sitting and not saying anything to people, which is, I feel better than saying, just like talking about nothing. I'd rather sit in silence with someone. It could be very uncomfortable.
And it could be very uncomfortable.
Are you good with silence?
I'm good with silence.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I can do like, remember Aiden? We just close his eyes. Shut you off. That's
My godson?
Yeah, that's my son.
That's my
When
godson.
he was little, he didn't want to listen to me or pretend I'm not there. He would just close his eyes.
He was a warlock. He just like, he closed his eyes and
he
and
disappeared. He traveled somewhere else.
Yeah. He went away. He wasn't there.
He wasn't
No
there.
one's home. Okay. So this is it. This is the nothing burger. A whole lot of something out of nothing.
I just thought it was funny because I've never heard that term until last year.
Yeah, and
So
I feel I've been noticing my lack of tolerance for nothing. I mean, granted, I will still watch Seinfeld forever because I feel like Seinfeld did say everything without saying nothing. Yeah. Okay.
it's hilarious.
Well, it's hilarious because in the process of talking about all of the neurotic shit that we do, he was just like making fun of humans. Great. That's my Seinfeld bet. I love Seinfeld. I love New York.
And that is all we have for you this week.
Make sure you follow Permission to Podcast.
And we'll be back next week with your permission.